Good evening, this is Brass Tax. I'm Zaka Jacob. The big story today coming from the Reserve Bank of India, which has put out a note earlier this evening that it will withdraw the 2,000 rupee notes from circulation. People can exchange or deposit the 2,000 rupee notes in their bank accounts. You have time till the 30th of September to do so. The Reserve Bank of India's 19 regional offices as well as other banks will start taking the 2,000 rupee notes for either exchange or deposit in your account. You can exchange it with lower denominations. It will start from the 23rd of May, which is coming Tuesday. The RBI has also gone on to say that this will continue to remain legal tender beyond the 30th of September as well, like you do with other decommissioned notes, soiled notes, old notes. But it will not be accepted at banks. You will have to go to the RBI. The question is, the opposition, of course, is already calling this a second demonetization disaster. Make no mistake, the value of the 2,000 rupee note, which is in circulation, has been steadily coming down. At the time that it was introduced after demonetization in November 2016, it was about 50%. Right now, it is only 10%. But it's been a short-lived 7-year journey for the pink note, as it's called, the 2,000 rupee note. Will its removal finally remove black money from India's economy? All right, so let's bring you up to speed with what exactly has been decided by the government. Of course, the government has decided to withdraw the 2,000 rupee notes. They've given time till the 30th of September. Politically, like I said, the Congress and other opposition parties are already calling this a second demonetization disaster. Let me go across to Shama Mohammed of the Congress, who's joining us, Tuhin Sinha of the BJP also joining us. Shama Mohammed, unlike the original demonetization which happened in 2016, which was a sudden move, overnight 500 and 1,000 rupee notes were removed from circulation. In this case, the government is giving 4 to 5 months till the 30th of September for you to either exchange or deposit 2,000 rupee notes. So why this can't even be called demonetization? Forget about being attacked as second demonetization, as some of your colleagues are doing. Shama Mohammed? All right, Tuhin Sinha. Is he there? If he's there, we should show him on the frame. All right, we can see Sunil Alagh and Saket Mishra on the frame. So Sunil Alagh, let's start with you. I mean, do you believe this is a well thought out move by the RBI to withdraw the 2,000 rupee note and also give a period of about 3-4 months for people to do so?
You know, I think that, look, this is not considered as a demonetization, which I was not for the last time when it happened. But this one, at 2,000 rupee notes, the only thing that I have against it is that they've allowed only 20,000 rupees at a time. They could have easily have raised the limit to a lakh at a time, because the rich withdraw 1 lakh. Now, if he's going to withdraw 30 lakhs in a year or 30 lakhs in a month, then you catch that guy. But a lot of people are going to have a lot of problems with only 20,000 rupees at a time when they could be having a lakh or so at home. It will take them 5-6 days. But it's not a demonetization. And I think it's a good move, except that the fear of now next step is 500 rupee notes and the 100 rupee notes. And then, you know, somewhere I think this fear of holding on to notes in your hand is what the BJP wants, is that, look, nobody should be keeping more than a couple of lakhs at home.
Okay.
That's all that they are saying. Look, keep it in the bank so that you earn interest as well as everything else happens. But it's not a demonetization as people are calling it.
So, Tuhin Sinha, one of the criticisms in the original demonetization exercise was also that the total amount of money in circulation, at that time I think it was about 17-18 lakh crores, not all of it came back. I think there was a shortfall of about 3-4 lakh crores. In this case too, and particularly so, Tuhin, because it's a high-value denomination and people tend to hoard cash in high-value denominations, currently there's about 3.6 lakh crores in value of 2,000 rupee notes that are in circulation. You will not get that entire amount back into the banking system. So that shortfall is the black money that's there. Tuhin Sinha, yeah, Tuhin.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Tuhin,
no question.
Well, Zaka, the demonetization was a different experience. I'm sure the authorities are far more prepared this time. But you need to realize, when we are discussing the withdrawal of 2,000 rupee notes, we also need to figure out why we need to mention why it was introduced in the first place. It was introduced to expeditiously deal with the currency deficit resulting out of the sudden withdrawal of the 500,000 notes. So any which way, it was supposed to be withdrawn, and from 2018-19, the production of fresh currency had completely stopped. So I think, those outraging today about the currency withdrawal are essentially those who have a soft corner for cash holders or the architects.
Tohina, I'm really sorry. I think there seems to be some kind of audio issue with your line. I think there's some feedback as well. We'll try and fix that in a moment. Just give me 30 seconds. Let me go to Shama Mohammed on that. Shama Mohammed, you had Sunil Alagh saying that this is not demonetization because the RBI is giving you 3-4 months to exchange your notes. And B, in any case, the amount of 2,000 rupee notes that are in circulation is only about 10%.
No, I want to ask Sunil Alagh, why was demonetization done in the first place? It was done to get rid of counterfeit notes. It was done to get rid of black money. As Sunil Alagh is a very intelligent man, he knows that black money is not just in cash, but it's in jewelry and assets and various other things. Now, let me make it clear. The exact amount of money demonetized was 15.44 lakh crore. And what came back into the system was 15.24 lakh crore. So what was the black money was 60,000 crore. But to make this 2,000 rupee note, the amount of money used was 25,651 crore. So my question today is, why did we do it? Why did we do demonetization? Because in 2021, we have a report in the Lok Sabha where it says around 30,000 crore is there deposited in 30,000 lakh crore deposited in as black money in Swiss bank accounts. The 14-year high. So there is black money. The counterfeit at that point was the counterfeit was 41 crore was a fake money at that point of time. So none of them worked out. So why was demonetization done in the first place? They have to explain to us. I've given you all the numbers. The jobs lost at that point of time was 3.72 crore jobs. You know that the MSME system was completely destroyed. Housewives who have collected money for various things, housewives, all gone. So for what? And more than 100 people have died. And I still remember Mr. Modi's speech that time. Mujhe chaurao pe leke jao. Or फांसी लगाओ, he had told, if it did not work out. It did not work out. Now why is he suddenly, again, you are saying there are 4 to 5 months or whatever. But what is the reason? We are not a dictatorship. We are a democracy. Isn't it, Zaka? So my question today is, why is the government of India doing this?
Okay.
What is the reason behind removing this 2,000 rupee note? We need to know. You suddenly do demonetization. Now we get another Tughlaqi Farman. We are removing 2,000 rupee note. I want to know why. I'm a citizen of this country.
Okay, Saket Mishra will explain, and then Imtiaz Jalil is also joining. Saket, so what Shama is asking, what common people are asking is, what is the rationale? Why are they removing this 2,000 rupee note? What was the rationale of introducing it in the first place? And now, what has changed in the last 7 years for it to be removed? And this 2,000 rupee note, the pink note, has become a sort of symbol, if you will, of everything that went wrong with demonetization. It was introduced at that time, and now it's being withdrawn about 7 years later.
So, Zaka, I'll just comment on what's happening today, because that's more relevant rather than history. The 2,000 rupee note was put in place as one of the measures to sort of reduce the impact of lack of adequate smaller notes at the time of the last demonetization. At that point of time, it was also made clear that this was a temporary measure. I think every year we have seen reports of the reduction in number of 2,000 rupee notes, and from 2018-19, they've stopped printing it altogether. So it's not as if it's a particularly hidden move or something done on the stealth. So as far as the process is concerned, I think the intentions were very clear. It was a temporary measure, and that measure has effectively been withdrawn. Where that helps today is that, and I presume that's the logic that is being that underlays this move, is that the 2,000 rupee note is easiest used for the purpose of hoarding. It is not a transactional note that is used by the poor and the middle class in India, and it adds up to barely 10% of the notes under circulation. So therefore, by this, they hope to immediately put a degree of pressure on those who are hoarding these notes, and second, effectively putting an end to the transitional purpose of the 2,000 rupee note.
Okay.
Eventually, Zaka, it's...
Can I come in? Can I ask a question?
No, 1 second, ma'am. 1 second. There are others also. Ma'am, please. Don't do this. Yeah, please, come on. Let him finish. And then I've got other guests also. Let me go to them. Yeah.
Eventually,
I want to ask him the economic...
Yeah, you can. At your time. Thank you.
It's a process. I think there will be further measures that will need to be taken to cure the country of black money and corruption, etc. And, this is one of the measures. And to that extent, PM Modi has stayed true to the path that they will continue to take measures that will reduce black money in the market. So I don't think it will suddenly end with a magic wand, all the black money in the economy. I think the point about jewelry that ma'am made is clear. People may also put money into land, but eventually it is about the cost of keeping all this black money with people.
Okay.
And if the cost keeps increasing, it will disincentivize people from
keeping that cash. Imtiaz Jaleel of the MIM is also joining us. We'll also be joined in a moment by SC Garg, former finance secretary. Imtiaz Jaleel, the point that the government is making, you've seen that in the RBI's note as well. When the 2,000 rupee note was issued, it was a temporary measure to tide over the effects of demonetization in 2016. Secondly, the value of 2,000 rupee notes that are in circulation right now is only 10%. And this is many are calling this slow-mo demo, where you have another 3-4 months for exchanging or depositing the 2,000 rupee note. So the pain of this will not be as much as what we saw in 2016. Imtiaz Jaleel.
Well, let me tell you, there seems to be a lot of confusion in this decision that has been taken by the RBI. How can this continue to be a legal tender when the RBI has already made it clear that they are going to withdraw? The chaos that it's going to create from tomorrow onwards, who is going to accept the 2,000 rupee note in the market? Will people again have to stand? 10% you are saying is right. But the people who are holding 10, 15, 20 notes, 1, 5, whatever currency notes they are holding of 2,000 rupee notes, are shopkeepers going to accept that tomorrow? I see it as an attempt to divert the attention from failing and falling economy that we are witnessing today. And the one big question that I would like to ask is, in 2016, when this big decision was taken and a major announcement was made that we are withdrawing 500 and 1,000 currency notes because we want to see the black money that is there in the country. We want to take that black money out. We want to stop corruption. We want to stop terrorism. Now the thing is, that time the announcement was made by Mr. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What is it? In 2023, why doesn't the Prime Minister come out and explain that this was the decision that I had taken in 2016 and the basic reason for withdrawing that currency was this, and we have achieved this much. You keep silent, and because you have erred in the first place, you had committed a mistake in the first place, which is why when you are taking a decision the second time, you tell the RBI, you make the announcement, I am not going to make the announcement.
Okay, so once again, I've got SC Garg as well. And I think one of the points that Imtiaz made is a fair one, because, while you can exchange these notes, Mr. Garg, in a bank or deposit it in a bank, you can't, people, shopkeepers or fuel stations, they are disincentivized from, accepting 2,000 rupee notes because they know in 3 months' time or 4 months' time it's going to be no longer legal tender, right? So, will you be able to use this for transaction in your local kirana shop or at a petrol pump and so on? Because people are going to be disincentivized from accepting 2,000 rupee notes.
See, I don't understand this point about disincentivization. A currency note is used to do a certain kind of transaction. It has a value. It's a legal tender. I don't see any reason why from tomorrow onwards nobody should accept it. Everybody would accept it. So if a petrol pump is taking it, it can deposit into the bank account. It can put back this money into in his own bank account. So I don't see any problem regarding its acceptance. It's a perfectly legitimate.
No, the problem
legal
is
tender.
if that petrol pump owner then needs to deposit 2,000 rupee notes in his bank account, he can only do 20,000 at one time. So which means if he has, let's say, 2 lakh rupees,
No.
he has to go to the
That's
bank 10
incorrect.
times.
No, that's incorrect. As far as depositing in the bank account is concerned, there is no limit. So even today, the petrol pumps which sort of supplies diesel or petrol in cash, it deposits thousands of rupees, lakhs of rupees, sometimes even higher, into the bank account every day. Tomorrow you can do the same thing with your 2,000 rupees note. I think this is a misconception. That is not the purpose. I entirely agree that this is not going to serve any black money purposes. It's even that earlier demonetization did not serve that purpose. But those are the whole thing which has been done now is that you had to use 2,000 rupees note in 2016 because that was the only note available of the higher denomination to monetize the economy after having withdrawn the 500 and 1,000.
But do you believe, Mr. Garg, there is currently, as per the RBI's report, the latest annual report of as of 31st March 2023, 3.62 lakh crores was the value of 2,000 rupee notes that were in circulation. Do you believe almost all of it will come back into the formal banking system?
There is no reason to believe that nothing will, the 100% will come back. Even in 2016, 99% of the currency came back. This is much smaller. It's only about 10, 11% or so of the currency in circulation.
Yeah.
And it's entirely, the whole thing will come back. I don't see any reason not
the
to do.
criticism, though, is if this high denomination is what people are hoarding as cash, whether it's for real estate transactions, jewelry, whatever, even political parties, if I may say so. If that is the criticism that these high value denominations are being used for hoarding, then that unaccounted money, it's unlikely to come back into the system. And all the more reason, if you're doing it over a period of 3 months or so. I mean, people had 50 days and they figured out ways to deposit and exchange money when demonetization happened in 2016. Surely in 3.5 months, they will figure out how to exchange or deposit more than, what is permissible. Tuin.
Well, Rahul, Zaka, going ahead, I'm sure that, today the first announcement has been made and all of these will be taken care of. I heard the AIMIM spokesperson, by the way, AIM and Congress are speaking in the same voice today. I heard them ask, why does it continue to be a legal tender? The very simple answer is that to remove all doubts and uncertainties in the minds of people, at least for the next few months. In my sense is that on 30th September, it will cease to be a legal tender. But till such time, we are making the exercise of 2,000 rupee notes coming back into the system very smooth for everybody. And the only people who can have a problem with it today are essentially cash holders or those who have sympathies with cash holders.
No, but you don't believe what I was asking Mr. Garg. Let's say a vegetable vendor or a kirana shop owner or a petrol pump station owner, why would they accept 2,000? Because they know it's a pain. You have to go to the bank.
No, in which case people have the freedom. People have the option of depositing the 2,000 rupee notes in the bank instead of spending it in the petrol pumps. They are not being, the circulation of 2,000 or it being submitted into banks is completely a welcome exercise till 30th September.
Okay.
So where does the problem arise? I go for vegetable shopping myself. I don't come across too many vegetable vendors who deal it with in 2,000 rupee notes. Rather, people involved in some way with the liquor scam or the teacher scam, those are the people who have 2,000 rupee notes in full, in abundance in their
So
homes.
you're saying that this is again a political exercise. You're trying to erode black money from the political system like you did last time around as well. Imtiaz is laughing. Dr. Shama Mohammed, you want to take? I've got callers also, by the way. We're going to take some of those callers in a second.
I just want to...
No. Please answer the question. He's saying that the original, not original, but the real people who will be hurt by this are cash holders, political parties. Shama Mohammed.
So I'm just going to come to that point is where Mr. Saket said that this basically this 2,000 rupee note is for hoarders. Now, I want to know today, if 2,000 rupee note is for hoarders, why did the BJP government spend 25,000 crore for printing it? You shouldn't. That's what I still remember what we said at that point of time. This note is for hoarders, because instead of having a big pack of money to move around, it's just you could easily take in your suitcases easily, maybe 10
The reason it was done at that time was to mitigate the pain of... the reason it was done at that time was to mitigate the pain of 500 and 1,000 being demonetized. So you needed a larger denomination.
But the mitigate... Yeah, but then what did you get out of demonetization? That's what I said. 60,000 crore was the black money you found. Remember that. 60,000 crore was the one which was the black money, because I said exactly 15.44 lakh crore was demonetized and 15.28 lakh crore came back. So it was just 60,000 crore. For that you used 25,000 crore to print money. You get it? And after that we have this report in 2021, 30,500 crore is there in Swiss banks, the highest of black money in 14-year high. So the question today arises, let me mark my words today, Zaka, the ones who are going to suffer today is basically the lower business people, the kirana stores and various others, because the rich guys will again give commission to the bank guy, like what happened the other time, and they got all their money changed.
So let me go to some callers. I've got some callers.
The question today is,
let me go to some callers now, please. John is calling us from Chennai. John is our first caller. John, good evening. What do you think of this move, John?
Yes, sir. First of all, I agree for the...
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
I agree with the calling back of the 2,000 rupee note.
Mm-hmm.
That is because, first of all, there was a spelling error in the currency note of 2,000 rupees. So it has to be corrected. And the problem, when it is calling back from the citizens, sometimes the laborers, those who are working in a foreign countries, by chance, they might have kept the currencies, 2,000 rupees, at their homes.
Okay.
They might be held up in their foreign countries. So they will not get the time within the October deadline to change their currency note.
John, thank you for your call. Kamal is also calling us again from Chennai. So Kamal, go ahead, sir. Mr. Kamal? All right, Mr. Kamal's not there. Let's see if we can go to Vaidehi, who's calling us. Vaidehi? Is she there? All right, if she's not there, then let's go to Venkatesh from Bengaluru. Venkatesh?
Yeah, hi, Zaka.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for having me on. First of all, let me call out this, open hypocrisy from the Congress and the AIMIM. I'll tell you why. I am a middle-class guy. When I go to the bank to withdraw notes, even the minimum amount of cash that I need, I get my choice. I always go for 500. I go for 100s. The bank even gives me 20s. I don't even go for 2,000. So there, it is very clear. I don't go for a 2,000 rupee note, which is very difficult to exchange. Yeah, people might just say, we don't have the currency to exchange this. Second most important point is, whenever we have such a move by the government, the whole argument of this will not fly and people will suffer, this is bullshit. No one suffers, and this time we have got enough of time. We just have to go to the place. We have got to exchange these notes or deposit these notes, and the government says, okay, TK, all these notes are taken back into the system and you get your currency worth. So what are these people even complaining about?
All right, Venkatesh, thank you for your call. Let me ask that to Imtiaz. I think one of the points that the caller made is, that very, very few middle-class people are actually using 2,000 rupee notes. A bulk of this 3.62 lakh crore, which is in circulation, will be with cash holders. So this will not affect every common man or woman like it did last time around, because last time 85% of the currency was demonetized. Now only 10% of the currency is getting demonetized, and that too over a period of 3-4 months.
Well, Zaka, it's very difficult to argue with bucks in this country, because whatever decision that the government takes, the BJP government takes, they will justify that. I was highly impressed with the very intelligent argument put in by the BJP spokesperson. Here, nobody has 2,000 rupee notes. Nobody is going to get affected. And this caller said, no, it's bullshit. Nobody is going to suffer. The question is, why even a few of them will have to go? My question is, when you did this decision, when you took this decision in 2016, what is it that you have achieved in all these years? You come out with figures. You don't want to run the parliament. You don't want to give us, figures. You don't want to give the results of what you have achieved in all these years. And suddenly you tell the RBI, no, you take this decision because I can't, because I don't want to come on camera again. I don't want to come on live television again and take this decision, because people will again shout at me because I have achieved nothing in this. The big question is, tell me, tomorrow if I have two currency notes of 2,000 rupees and if I go to a shop, is he going to accept that? You try that, Zaka, and you will realize that no, shopkeepers are not going to accept that, because they will say, why should I go and stand in line for the wrong economic policy decisions that are being taken by this government?
So Sunil is also there. No, I'll come to Tuhin in 1 second. I'll come to Tuhin in 1 second. Sunil Alagh, one of the other concerns that's been raised is the 500 rupee note is now currently the bulwark of all currency that's in circulation. As of 31st March 2023, 73 or 74% by value of all the currency in circulation was 500 rupee notes. Now, if people are going to go exchange or deposit 2,000 rupee notes, exchange 2,000 rupee notes, I'm presuming that a bulk of the return money will be in 500 notes. Will we have enough 500 rupee notes printed to meet 85% of all currency in circulation?
No, I think we are getting into more and more of what might happen. Look, when 50-pound notes were changed in UK from the paper note to the plastic note, all hotels accepted it, all traders accepted it, because there was a period in which it could be done. So to say that nobody will accept this amount of 2,000 rupee notes, nobody, if you're buying only 100 rupees from your grocery store, of course he's not going to accept it. He won't even accept it before it was done. So it was not a question of saying, if you're buying 1,900, 1,800 rupees and you give him 2,000, of course he'll accept it. There is no question in my mind. Maybe the odd guy will not. But to say that, to generalize from that is not possible. Also, what happened in the demonetization period was something which I was not for. But people are going to hark on that and keep on harping on that. What I'm trying to tell you is that this one, where the RBI has taken the call, why are you putting it on Modi unless he's made it? Now, RBI has said, I'm going to take this money out, and you've got a period in which you do it. So all I'm cribbing about, and all that I would suggest to them, instead of making it 20,000 rupees, make it a lakh, 50,000 or a lakh. For most people will have.
No, don't you think that's been done? Don't you think that's been done, Sunil? Don't you think that's been done? Because obviously, if everybody's going to come and exchange for 2 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees or whatever they have, the total amount of 2,000 rupees that they have, banks may run out of 500 rupee notes to exchange.
Look, RBI, when they've done it, must be printing at the same time to say that they will run out of, they would have thought it through. Unless tomorrow there's a run on any bank, then the bank has to close. Even if the bank is doing very well, tomorrow morning, everybody goes with 2,000 rupee notes. Of course, they will come to a grinding halt.
Okay.
To say that that kind of problem is, he's given 4 months, yeah. It's just becoming...
it comes back to the point that last time also what we saw was the rich folks who have cash sort of stacked up in their house. They found ingenious ways, co-opting bank managers and so on, asking poor people to stand in line. Something similar is going to happen. If there is more than this 3.6 lakh crores, which the government believes is out there, it's being used for high value real estate transactions, for jewelry purchases, so on and so forth, they are going to find ingenious ways to get that money exchanged like they did the last time.
Zaka, we are basing the entire discussion on a very speculative, what if this happens, what if that happens. I'm sure the government is wiser by the experience of what happened in 2016 and will find ways to to arrest the evasion. But since the opposition wants to drag the discussion back to 2016 and demonetization, and since they keep asking what did demonetization achieve, let me just tell you two things. One, the taxpayer base today is almost double of what it was pre-2016, the demonetization. Two, our entry, our foray into the digital world has been the fastest in the world. So I'm sure all those people, all the cash holders, those who have black money, those who had been avoiding tax paying, would have a problem with these things. But going ahead, since Shama has been so keenly asking why was it introduced in the first place, it's very simple. When it was introduced as a temporary measure to expeditiously cover up the deficit, the currency deficit resulting out of the taking back of the then 500 and 1,000 currency notes. From 2018-19, no fresh 2,000 notes have been printed. So
Okay.
I think, it was a matter of time. Why should the Congress be so outraged?
Zaka.
Okay, Shama, respond, and then I've got a bunch of callers. Yeah, Shama Mohammed, respond.
So, no, Zaka, what happens is, so basically we are taking a full circle. Now, if you have taken off the 2,000, you have to get back the 1,000, and you didn't achieve anything. There is still terrorism, there's counterfeit notes, there's black money. So what did you achieve other than more than 100 people dying? MSMEs were finished off. I mean, what farmers couldn't sell their produce at that point of time. Many of them had loans because to pay. They didn't have, they couldn't use their 2,000. They couldn't get it changed. They committed suicide. So
yeah, but not all of that will happen now, no, Shama. Shama, not all of that will happen now.
No, but what is, so why did you have, so why did you have a demonetization?
No,
like a
that's fine. That's fine. Why are you saying that all of that will happen again now?
So
all of that will not happen again now.
No, I didn't say that is happening. No, I didn't say that is happening again. What I'm saying is, so why did we do a demonetization? No. So now again, what right now is going to happen, there will be chaos. Because a lot of people, again, all these kirana stores, small businesses, everybody will have a lot of 2,000 rupee notes. What are they going to do? And nobody, tomorrow if I go to a shop and give 2,000, he'll say, Madam, hum nahi jayenge, bank mein khade rehna padega. Humko nahi chahiye, aap wapas le lijiye. This is going to be the answer.
Okay, let's get some callers. Let's get some callers. Mr. Lakshmi Narayan is our first caller. I think he's calling us from Odisha, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan.
From Mariampur, Odisha.
Yeah, yes, go ahead, sir.
Actually, what are the points mentioned at the time of demonetization 2016? Out of that, only 1 point now they are saying they have released that to a temporary. But all other points are not they are discussing. Now, instead of making a political decision, now the decision was changed to administrative decision. Another point is, what politically one should not think, even a person is having 2,000 notes, today, from tomorrow onwards, nobody, in maximum cases, will not accept.
Okay,
nobody
I think that's a point that others have also made. Thank you, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan. Jaspreet Singh is calling us from Noida. Mr. Jaspreet Singh, yes, go ahead. Good evening.
I just want to say I'm a retired person and a farmer now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I travel, I do carry 10, 15, 20,000 with me. It's convenient if I have a 2,000 rupee note. I'm sad to say this government is so petty and so small and think only for such a short period that having done demonetization earlier, they're going in for it again. The value of the 2,000 rupees, I do not know. There must be an ulterior motive, which one does not know, because I don't get involved in these things. It's a very useful currency, which people use when traveling and for other purposes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Singh. Kamlesh Kumar is calling us from Palampur. Kamlesh Kumar.
Namaskar to all the panelists.
Yeah.
So my point is this type of different decisions at different time without consulting the parliament or everything would install fear in the mind of people. Now the people will fear able to keep 500 notes with them, as it has been happening in case of dollar. So I feel that this should have been discussed in the parliament, then the decision should have been taken.
Okay, thank you for your call. GS Chadda is calling us from Delhi. Mr. Chadda.
Good afternoon, sir. Namaskar.
Yeah, namaste.
It's a very, very good decision by the government, but it is not clear how many currency note can be retained by the general public people. As it was allowed, 5 notes of 1,000 can be retained by a general public.
All right, thank you for your call. The RBI note says you can exchange till the 30th of September 2022. Even beyond that, like they do with discontinued notes and soiled notes and old notes, you can't change it at a bank, but you'll have to go to the RBI to get it changed after 30th of September 2022. But I want to come back to Saket and ask him this. Again, the opposition has been going back to 2016 and saying, the ostensible purposes were eliminating terror financing, black money, counterfeiting. You did not achieve anything from DMO 1. What will you achieve from DMO 2?
Zaka, I actually think a lot got achieved. We've been throwing around numbers of how much came back and how much didn't come back. There is also something underlying that, which is that when money comes into the banking sector, whether it's for people who are depositing money in their accounts, whether it's corporates depositing money into their account, all of it is effectively coming into the formalized, measurable sector where we are identifying who has the money, which means in the long run, companies that suddenly deposited money 1 year and didn't deposit the next year, or people who deposited money 1 year didn't deposit the next year, clearly get identified, and then I suspect there will be a means of analyzing and taking action against these sudden depositories of funds. So, and add to that the process that with it, as somebody pointed out, the digitization of our financial transactions has come through. So the impact is just not in terms of how much we caught and how many people we caught. It is in terms of actually changing the nature of the economy, which is hopefully transitioning into a world where people are using white money. And whether it's in the form of digital or whether it's in the banking system, that cleans up our country. Now, as I said earlier, I don't think it's going to be a one-day event. I think we'll need to keep doing things. And I'd be very careful sort of conflating demonetization with whether terrorism is ended or not, because terrorism for the country is a very wide subject. Okay. And also, I'd like to clarify, I don't think everybody keeping a 2,000 rupee note is a hoarder.
No, so one area. Yeah, I want to ask Tuhin this. One area where even today a lot of cash is being used, unaccounted cash is being used, is real estate transactions, right? Why should we believe that money will come into the formal banking channels post the 30th of September 2022? It didn't after 2016 demonetization. Why would it now?
Well, I'm not sure. First of all, what you mentioned, Zaka, is correct, because the if at all cash is involved in real estate, I have purchased a property 2 years ago, so I know the cash component is virtually zero now.
No, come on, Tuhin, you should go get around a little more. I mean, try buying a house or a flat. People are asking for 10%, 20%, 30% sometimes in black. So let's be real about it. Anyway, go on.
I mean, this is a joke.
No, 1 second. Let him finish. No, let him finish. Yeah, Tuhin.
If it exists today,
it's a joke. He's coming up with lies.
Let him say the joke. No, allow him to say the joke.
Blatant lies.
1 second. Let him say.
Blatant lies. Sir, ma'am. Blatantly lie.
Okay. Calm down. Okay, go on, Tuhin. Yeah.
So even if it is there, it is at its minimal. And since let me address the argument of Shama Muhammad, because the illogical thing which she says that tomorrow if you go to a vegetable vendor or a petrol pump and he does not accept the money, that is precisely why you have a 4-month period to deposit it in the bank. So is she hallucinating a problem which does not exist? The Congress argument is all about whataboutery. What if this happens? What if that happens? But fact of the matter is that, coming back to your point, today the movement of cash in the real estate sector is at its minimal in many cases, and with decent people, it does not exist. The cash component does not exist. If it exists in regimes of TMC, Aam Aadmi Party, which have been dealing with Hawala money. And
okay.
The move today is only going to
Can I come in?
Money, the Hawala cash which exists over there.
Okay, Shama.
So what he says is that Shama can go to the bank. Now, Sunil ji also talked about in the UK how it happened and everything. But everything has a reason. Why should I go to the bank when your demonetization itself did not have any reason? It did not do anything for anybody in this country. Whatever reasons, like the caller said, you got it, did not happen. It made everybody's life terrible. You know, a lot of people, I know a lot of people in the southern part of, in my own state and the adjoining state where they had to sell their houses. We have no other way. So my question today is, why should I go? Why should I take the headache of going to a bank to change it when for no reason you introduced the 2000? We said it was for hoarding. You did not listen. You introduced the 2000. Now you want to take it back. What is this Tughlaki Farman? I mean, I don't want to do it. You can't just introduce things when and what you want. You have to give us a reason. Why is it being done?
No, if you don't want to do it, you stand to lose the 2,000 rupee notes that you have. I mean, it's as simple as that. You don't want to do it, don't do it. But you that becomes of no value beyond 30th of September.
Stand in a line in a bank.
Okay.
I don't want to go into a bank and stand in a line.
But Sunil, do you reckon that there will be lines outside banks like we saw in 2016?
No,
A lot of people died.
Sunil, yeah, got it. So I'm just asking Sunil if we'll see the same kind of lines that we saw in 2016.
No, you will not see, because there's no reason why after 4 or 5 months which you got, and unless you have large stacks of 2,000 rupee notes in your house, then you've got a problem. Otherwise, you don't have a problem. First and foremost, he's talking about 2016 all the time. We are talking about today. Shama, we are talking about now. Why do you have to go to and stand in line in a bank? You don't have to go and stand in a line in a bank if you got only 1 lakh at home of 2,000
Why was
rupee notes.
this? No, I want to ask. Sunil, I have one question to ask you. Sunil, I want to ask you one question. Why was 25,000 crores of the taxpayer used to print this money when you wanted to just throw it off after?
Now you're talking about 2016 again. 2016 is finished and done with. Done with, please. Shama, you have to stop.
A lot of people lost their lives. I know people who lost their lives. Can you get the life back?
Okay.
Can you get the life back? No.
God, yeah, she's going on about 2016.
Okay. No. I think what she was. One second. What she was asking Sunil is, by the RBI's own estimates, the cost of printing the 2,000 rupee notes was 25,000 crores.
First and foremost,
that is also,
does he know how much could they print? They could only print X number of notes at that time.
Yes.
So 2,000 rupee notes was put into circulation. Please understand that they could not print smaller amounts because of the limitations of the printing of those notes. Please understand that.
So are we to now?
On about 2016 all the time.
Are we to now fear? I think one of the callers also said this. Okay, आज तो आपने 2,000 कर दिया, अगले साल आप 500 कर देंगे. You'll demonetize 500 notes as well.
Yeah, then the whole nation will. I mean, you can carry on thinking if he does this, if he does that, if tomorrow I stand in line, I will die again. If I will do this, then you can see all those people who got stacks of 2,000 rupee notes are in trouble. There's no question about that.
And
those who have limited amounts will go to the bank and get it exchanged.
One of those sets
without
of people,
standing in line, without dying.
One of those sets of people, Imtiaz Jalil, happen to be politicians and political parties. It's politicians and political parties, at least one set of people who seem to have cash, hoarded cash, is politicians. So this is more a political strike than an economic one.
Yeah, so the
Imtiaz,
I personally
Thank you.
feel. See, I have an objection. I have an objection in the sense, whenever any decision is taken, people start comparing with other foreign countries, like Sunil Alagh did. You know what happened in UK. UK accepted that. Please, for God's sake, India is totally a different country. We have a different set of problems. Our socio-economic situation is totally different. So please, for God's sake, don't compare India with other foreign countries. The decisions that you are taking, I personally feel now, with all the arguments that I have heard, perhaps for the 2024, the people who are having big number of 2,000 currency notes, if they are not able to exchange that, perhaps they will be able to hand over all those currency notes to the BJP, and now they will be very happy to handle the 2024 elections with all the 2,000 currency notes that they will be able in a position to exchange that in banks. So better to give it to BJP and let the 2024 elections be run on that 2,000 currency.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much to all our panelists. Let's see. The one thing we can hope for, please, is that we'll hopefully not see the kind of queues and lines that we saw outside banks and ATMs. The value of 2,000 rupee notes, like I said, is 3.6 lakh crores. It's a far cry from the total amount that was demonetized in 2016. And in any case, you hardly see 2,000 rupee notes in circulation, whether it is the Kirana shop or the petrol pump. people are not using the 2,000 rupee notes as much as they used to 7 years ago when demonetization happened. All right, let's move on to the other big story, and that is, of course, the G7 summit, which is due to begin in Hiroshima in Japan.